Hey everybody, how are you today? So, we're going to talk about what is going on in the stock market, but before I get started, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So, as far as the stock market goes, last week, the stock market has been down. Tesla fell, Nvidia fell, and Netflix was up, right? So the stock market is down now because of everything that is going on. You got the war, uh, things like that. The thing with the stock market is that this is a long-term deal, right? So it has these fluctuations. So the people who have enough strength to stay in it, those are the ones that become um, wealthy. However, no one just depends on one thing, right? If you look at wealthy people all around you, they are not going to tell you, but they are in multiple things, right? So it's not just the stock market. You will notice that they have real estate. Um, if they don't have real estate, you'll notice that they have their own business. Um, some are working like multiple jobs, things like that, but have a more than one thing going on. Generally, that is a stock market, that is real estate, and it's a business. So no one is really depending on one thing. However, the stock market, it does grow your money because you're getting compound interest. It's just the fact that when we go through uncertain times like we're in right now, some people will get scared and sell. So that causes the stock market to go down because people are selling off, right? So it is, do you trust the stock market? That's the question. And a lot of people don't trust the stock market. That's why they aren't in it. Other people aren't in it because they don't know about it. They're not aware about it. It's not taught in the household. But this is one of the ways to create wealth. And it's something that you should have been in at the age of 20. So if there's any 20-year-olds watching me, if you're interested in joining my group, check the link below. If you have any children in their 20s, you are doing them a great favor by teaching them about the stock market, right? Okay, so the latest news: Tesla's down, Nvidia's down, Netflix is up. They also have earnings coming up. Earnings, they report how well their business is doing. There are several um, entities that are doing earnings, and that is Microsoft is up, Google, Visa, Teladoc, Snap, Meta, Amazon, and Exxon. So we will see after earnings how that affects the stock market. Generally, if one takes off, then they all will take off. So Ray Dalio, he just had a recent interview where he shared his perspective on how to invest in uncertain times. So who is Ray Dalio? Ray Dalio, he's about in his 70s. He's a billionaire. He owns a hedge fund. And so what he's saying is that he's seeing things in his lifetime that he's never seen before. And so his advice is to diversify, right? So you already know this thing of piling into one stock, like you think one stock is going to go up and you put all your money into that one stock. So you already know not to do things like that. Um, because if that company were to go bankrupt, you would lose all of your money. So you generally don't want to put all of your money in one stock. It's more about diversification for safety. However, I do want to mention that some people do choose one stock, and it's money that they're willing to lose, and they bet on that one stock. And for a certain period of time, say, for example, we are in a bull cycle. So we're not in a bull market right now. We're like more like bearish right now. But it goes in cycles. We're in a bear market, then we're in a bull market. Bear market, then bull market. So what some people have done when we're in the bull market, they pick that winning stock, and they do things like know how to trade. So in the bull market, everything is going up. So you're trading, 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 all the way up to millionaire status. So that is what some people do. They're playing a game, right? This is a game. So some people do that. Some people have done that with Amazon in the past. Some people have done that with Tesla in the past. So that's in the bull cycle when everything is going up. So now we're in the bear where everything is uncertain. We got all these wars going down. Stock market is getting beat up right now. Seeing a lot of red right now. But some people, they play a game and they know how to play it very well. So this thing about following certain rules, it doesn't really apply. Like, you do whatever you feel comfortable with. Diversification is important, of course. All right. So something else in the news, we are transitioning over to digital currency. Have you heard of the cashless society? Like, some people don't believe that it's really going to happen. Other people are just waiting to see. Some people are not really thinking about it. But this transition to digital currency, Bitcoin ETFs, they will be here pretty soon, like by the end of the year. Bitcoin ETFs. If you've noticed, they are closing banks in certain countries. Banks are closing. If you notice, ATM machines are disappearing. So there's this quiet move to digital currency. If you notice, Bitcoin went up a little bit. So stocks are going down, but Bitcoin went up. If anyone has noticed that. All right, so that's the stock market, diversification, and then picking a couple of stocks if you know how to trade, or if we're in the bull run, playing a game. Some people play a game, right? I'm also reading this book here, The Psychology of Money. I'm still reading this. Has anyone read this book? All right, so I'm just going to share something that I thought was interesting. And I'm not going to be long, but while I find this, do me a favor and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. All right. So this is what I found that was kind of interesting. He says, a takeaway here is that few things matter more with money than understanding your own time horizon and not being persuaded by the actions and behaviors of people playing different games than you are. The main thing I can recommend is going out of your way to identify what game you're playing. So essentially, he's saying, instead of looking around at other people, what other people are doing, identify what you're doing. He said, when you realize how wrong that notion is, you see how vital it is to simply identify what game you're playing. How I invest my own money is detailed in chapter 20, but years ago, I wrote out, I am a passive investor, optimistic in the world's ability to generate real economic growth, and I'm confident that over the next 30 years, that growth will occur to my investments. So he's saying that he is a passive investor. So I talked about investing versus trading, like they're not the same thing, two different things. He's stating that he is a passive investor and he is optimistic um, about the economic growth over the next 30 years. This might seem quaint, but once you write that mission statement down, you realize everything that's unrelated to it, what the market did this year, or whether we'll have a recession next year, is part of a game I'm not playing. So I don't pay attention to it, and I am in no danger of being persuaded by it. So basically, passive investing, um, that can be a set it and forget it type of thing. Like if you're not interested in the news whatsoever, and you just want to live your life and you want to just enjoy your life, passive investing will be the way to go. And so all the stuff that's going on in the news, all this bad news that you're hearing, he's basically saying that it doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter if we're getting ready to have a recession. Doesn't matter what the market did this year. He is not playing that game. He does not pay attention to it. And he is in no danger of being persuaded by it. So that is the route he is choosing, which is passive investing, which some people choose to do. Like I said, majority of people are not dependent on one thing. So you got the stock market, you got real estate, and you have your business. So you can either create your business or you can go out there and start buying businesses. All right. So I think that is interesting. Buying businesses. That's something that we don't hear about a lot. Going out there and buying businesses. And so, where would you get the money to buy a business, you may ask? Well, they have seller financing where you can get the business um, instead of having to get a loan and getting rejected for that loan. With seller financing, you make an arrangement with the current owner of that business, like they are ready to get rid of the business for whatever reason. They're ready to retire, they're tired of the business, and they want to get rid of it. So they're doing seller financing. And essentially, what that is you just make an agreement with that owner that you're going to pay them a certain monthly payment. So you don't have to go through trying to get a loan, getting rejected for loans all over the place. It's an agreement between you and the current owner that you're going to pay that owner a certain amount of money every month. Excuse the background noise, and I'm going to have to shorten this, I see. So it's a monthly payment to the owner. It's an agreement between you and the owner. And so where do you get this money for this monthly payment? It's coming from the cash flow of the business. So the business has to be making money, and you have to verify that it's already making money by looking at those financial statements. So the business should already be making money, and you make sure that it's making money by looking at the documents, looking at the bank statements, looking at the profit and loss statements, and then you are paying that owner out of the cash flow, out of that business. So that's new, right? Isn't that new? That's something we don't hear about. Um, Usually we're trying to get loans and getting rejected for them, right? Okay, so stock market, real estate, business, either creating your own business, finding something to sell, selling it, or buying businesses. Um, let's see, I know the Chinese, they like gold. And then Bitcoin, a little bit of Bitcoin. All right. So do me a favor before you leave. I need for you to hit that like button. And I need for you to hit that subscribe button. All right. Thank you for watching and have a good rest of your nights.